fates hang in the balance today. We've got to turn the heat on. Vivo IPL. Dominic and Scotty, besides me, what you got there, Dominic?
Well, it's a North Indian drink that I love, shikanji. Victory.
Oh, and hey, Scotty, you don't have a summer cooler with you?
No, I don't. The Rasgullas on ice because it's a day game and indoor. A little lately.
You know what? You don't deserve one today. This is
He's not getting one.
You're not getting one. We're turning the heat on, and let's go make our way now. Studios on Ken Cricket Live.
Absolutely, it's the way to start the day, isn't it?
And but you didn't want. You didn't want anything. You didn't pick this. You picked the Rasgulla, so you ain't getting anything today.
Yeah,
Scotty.
I'm worried about the first game, not the second one. That's the big game of the day. You can have your whatever it is.
It is the big game of the day, isn't it? Because this is it. This is potentially everyone is. You got a little bit to give over here. Potentially everyone could still stay alive. The first game says it all.
Yeah, it does, and it's two teams that I think gives them some breathing room with those chasing teams. I'm thinking Mumbai. I'm thinking the Royals. They're just starting to hit the right gears and starting to go through the gears. So you want to get that little bit of a breather amongst the playoff caliber teams.
What a beautiful time for you to join us in our studios here, because you've tracked the league, the ups and downs. This is the phase where some things, you know, you never really get your predictions right, do you?
Very good weekend, and it's a good day today.
T20 superstars in action. Get your own version of your summer coolers. Park yourself right here, because here's what's coming up on the show. I can't really help you out and work out the numerical solutions. Fortunately, we have two gentlemen who can, Hess and Akash Chopra. Everything to play for, challenges in RCB's name, and that's the way Virat Kohli likes it. When things get tough, what do? We go home, we spend time with our friends, family, take comfort in home food, and fortunately for King Kohli, he is back in Delhi, our Asian Paints Star Track.
It all began, proved to be the place for Virat's resurgence.
This is where the glorious career of Virat Kohli began. This is where he grew up, at the Kotla. And Dominic, sometimes there's nothing better when things are hard to take your mind off things. The ease of a homecoming, it just puts you in a different gear.
Well, it does, yeah. It makes you feel that, you know...
Actually well at the Kotla himself. But when you have a look at the results for RCB in their last 5 games, that is where it's hurt them, has hurt Virat Kohli. There is just one victory, and it's been either the batting that has let you down.
Yeah, you're right, Manx.
We know that he wears his heart on his sleeve, his emotions are out there, but when your standards are so high, it's really hard to keep the team, going at the same level.
Yeah, it is. I think,
Frustration can be challenged into results, and that is what RCB need to do today, because quite frankly, it's do or die. How bold will that army be today? One of RCB's biggest strengths might have just turned out, Scotty, to be their weakness this time around. Superstars Virat and ABD. ABD hasn't got going in the
2 seasons. They've been down the bottom. They need more from everybody else. We say it every single game when RCB are playing. They need 5 or 6 players to stand up. They still always only seem to get 2.
You say it every single game, and you say it so beautifully. Time and time again, Scotty, we need to get 60. If there's anyone who will first acknowledge mistakes, it is him, because he is actually calm, composed, and still believes that RCB can go all the way. Bounce back. But in case you gentlemen are missing some of those outrageous shots from Mr. 360, there's a new one in town. His name is Pant, Rishabh Pant. But it's about to get a
consistency issue that he finds, but he was like he's indestructible.
We'd like to see some of that fiery batting take over the Kotla tonight. But let me just bring you up to speed with what has happened so far. This week has been crucial in the Vivo IPL, and which is why we're in this weekend where, fates need to be decided. First and foremost, Sunrisers Hyderabad. They became the first team to qualify. Reflect especially on Mumbai Indians and their resurgence at this time in May. Let's have our captain's corner. So there you go. Good to hear from our captains as to how things are so far. Let's talk about the first game. Here's what we've got coming up for you on Ken Cricket Live. So that every single day you can win a Vivo smartphone. Now that we've got Darren Sammy in our studios, let him have a look at the points table. This is where it gets so exciting. We discussed all the possibilities. Yes. I'm going to join you today, and we're going to leave Scott Styrus alone. He didn't get the drinks, he's not getting the glasses. Scotty Styrus is waging a lone battle today.
I'm getting the tears, that's what I'm getting if you keep that up.
Waging it. But you know what, Scotty, you put the Rasgullas on ice. Now have a look at this, because KKR, let's talk about this team over here. Where has it not gone for them? Just have a look at it.
Sunil Narayan too, of course. If they can find those players to start helping a little bit, then they can correct themselves, because there's a lot of talent in this team.
You mentioned Kings 11 Punjab, similar situation because they started so strong, they were roaring. Key battle between two of your really good friends, Chris Gayle and Sunil Narayan, going head to head.
Well, that's why I have on my glasses, because I need to see everything, so clearly. Narayan versus Gayle is something I'm looking forward to seeing. Narayan normally, Scotty.
Guys, we lost Scotty. We lost Scotty. Scotty, turn around. You're going to want to see this. Turn around. You're going to want to see this. Because how can you keep the universe boss quiet? That is something that Sunil Narayan has managed to do. He's tried to keep him a little quiet, but he's going to want to dismiss him right at the top too. So are you going to...
Top don't score runs, there's a bit of a question mark.
Now let me remind you, the universe boss, he was in full flow against the Kolkata Knight Riders the last time they played in the VBO IPL, but he treated Sunil Narayan with a lot of respect, just kind of played him out. That's a big battle. Let's find out more in our Sahi Hai game plan. Well, there you go. We've joined Mike Hudson as well, and Scotty Cyrus is all alone on Kent Cricket Live. But I tell you what, so much for us still to discuss here as we build up to the big battles. Here is what is coming up on the show. As does Ashwin and the Kings 11. But the one thing that does work for Ashwin is the form of KL Rahul. He is a Vimal Damdar player to watch out for, because who else would you be watching? About him being the most destructive batsman in the power play, having a better strike rate than Chris Gayle. Last two knocks, he has showed us the maturity and responsibility of batting through an innings. He's actually played for... Oh, you're going to do this.
Yeah. All the smart people wear the glasses, and this guy is easy on...
Very, very impressive to see what Danish Karthik does, trying to get him off and show us to whether to hit the ball, whether to defend, because he's not...
brought this up because absolutely,
Well,
I'd get him in the game.
Speaking of confidence, Darren, how do you give an experienced player like Dre Russ the confidence? There has been a dip in form since he's come back from injury. Maybe he's carrying it, but how do you tell? Then that'll be a nice battle, won't it, with Andrew Tye, Dre Russ
be huge.
versus Andrew Tye.
I would like his body for a week. Honestly, the fun you could have with his body. Don't try to be a West Indian Viv Richards, because you're not. Just move it down the ground or hit it over there. But I've been saying that for 3 years, as you know, with Islamabad. Nothing's gone in there at all. So we just keep swinging and we keep getting the inconsistent results. And that's the problem we've got.
You agree with that, Darren?
Well, Russell, instinctively, most of the West Indian guys are...
Speaking of the youngsters, maybe KKR would be looking to get Shubman Gill or Shivam Mavi, if they're fit, back into the ranks to get that energy back.
Yeah, because...
Through so far.
Yeah, and it's been a major problem, hasn't it, for them? They start off beautifully with KL and Big Chris, the boss of the universe, and Karanaya, who's an outstanding player. I love the way he goes about, but they're...
Yes, they've made one change. No, he was around 130, thereabouts. Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we've got a couple of changes on both shows, both the teams, in fact, don't we? We will discuss that. Let's have a look at what is still to come on the show. Do you know?
Well, he's a West Indian. They like to...
Coconut water and a little bit of Chapman's.
Oh,
yep.
There you go.
There we go. All right, Professor, time to get in focus over here. Let's have a look at the most dependable batsmen for KKR. These are the men that have a job to do over here, because it's not necessarily easy, aren't they, from that point of view, because you've got Lynn, Uthappa and DK himself. Now, they're the ones who control different parts of the innings. They're going to have a challenge to negotiate these Kings 11 bowlers.
Yeah.
70-odd, well, Lynn has been doing that. Christian has been playing a different sort of role. He's shown a bit of maturity. He's negotiated the conditions when things...
That Lynn does struggle against spin. It's proven, and he's got a bit of mystery about him. He's got, you know, the one at the wrong end, he's got the one at the front of the hand. So that will be very interesting. But the problem is, got Narayan at the other end, who doesn't mind.
That we have got Brett Lee into the mix here in Indore. The first thing he did was, okay, I want to join aboard the Arm Yatra, and he's got a new way of exploring how to eat those mangoes. Let's take a look. Props for going mango hunting and eating in a white shirt. That, gentleman, that takes guts. But he didn't do it right?
No, he didn't hit it right. He's making a mess with himself. You got to hit it without dirtying your hand. There's a technique to hitting mangoes.
You're the only one who's mastered the art so far. We're going to throw it at the professor next
Well,
time.
there's over 1,000 types of different species.
yes.
So batsmen must go hard and go hard right from the get-go. If they miss out a little bit, that's fine. But they've got to be going at 130, 140 at the start. And the power play set it up. And more importantly, Narayan stuck to his game plan right from the areas when that ball got a bit soft and he was able to hit it for sixes and fours.
It's the highest targets that had been set by Cape KR in their Vivo IPL. He did.
Well, he doesn't want to be in a situation where Narayan's out slugging him. And that's what basically has happened a little bit, you know. So, and Dre said, well, OK, well, if you're going to bowl a couple in my area, I'll just hit it on the roof. I'll hit it a little bit further than that, and which he did a little bit today. There's a lovely little and lightning. Is that what you call it?
That's what you call the leader. Professor's been working, hitting the bench presses in the gym to ensure that he gets thunder and lightning. But how about thunder and lightning from DK? I mean, he's Mr. Consistent here, Professor. Be the highest chase ever that we've seen in the Vivo IPL. And remember, here at Indore, we've only seen chasing teams prevail. So, does the universe boss walk out there with his partner KL Rahul and say, all right, game's on, time for me? And as we discussed, a nice head-to-head that he'll battle